Hey, phenomenal women. This is Phenomenal Fia, and I am making my very first video about my braid locks and why I love them. So if you want to hear this this woman's story about why she has braid locks and loves them so much, stay tuned about how I got this style and why I'm keeping it after thinking that I might not like it. All right. Okay, so welcome back. This is just a quick video about why I like my braid locks. I've had them since September of this year, or end of August, September of 2017. It is now December, and I didn't know for sure whether I was going to keep them in or interlock them at the root, and they have been interlocked once. After 3 months, or actually after 2.5 months, I had them retightened, and so I've had one retighten, and I'm due for another retighten in January 2018. So let me just get to about, let's see, I think I said 7 reasons. I hope I said 7 reasons. So if I start with reason number 7, it is basically because it's much cheaper. I love these braid locks because after I got the braid locks, I realized how much of a good deal I really got. And I say that because I was on my way to a cruise at the end of, beginning of September of this year. And I really wanted my hair to just be braided, and I wanted to be carefree. And I wanted to, you know, just go on a cruise and rock a natural hairstyle that had length, which, you know, this is all my hair, thank God. But yeah, and so I saw this girl at church, and she had sister locks, and I was like, oh my God, I love your hair. Where'd you get it done? Like, how, you know, how do you get that? And so she told me about it, and she told me who her technician was, and I called up her technician like days before, literally a week before my cruise was scheduled to take off. And the lady quoted me $950, which would include a couple of retightens. And I was so gung-ho about it that I was like, okay, all right, fine, that's a little steep, but I'm a try and pull it together, you know, and make it happen. And so then I told her when I needed it done, like a week before my cruise, and she's like, oh no, it takes longer than that because you have to get your hair, we have to see how your hair reacts and all this other stuff that I didn't understand. All I knew is that I needed my hair locked down somehow, even if it wasn't permanently locked. So anyway, you know, that was discouraging. But then I called up a friend of mine, an old friend of mine, and she used to braid my hair, box braids. And I said, hey, do you know anybody who's willing to do micro locks? So you do micro locks still? Because back in the day, I used to get weave with micro locks, but you know, I hadn't done it in a while. I've been maintaining my own hair. This is a combination of permed hair at the end, colored hair. Hopefully y'all can see that. But basically, the ends are loose, which is great. But it's a combination. Most of my hair has been touched by a perm at some point. My roots, of course, are natural because they're just growing back in. But most of my hair has been Texlaxed. And if you don't know what Texlaxed is, I'll just say it real quickly. It just means that you put the perm in your hair every 6 months instead of every 2 months. And when you do put it in, you just put it in long enough to loosen up your hair. And that has allowed me to maintain this length. I don't cut my hair. I don't cut my ends, no matter how many people say, oh girl, you need to cut them split ends. I'm so glad I haven't cut my hair, because locking my hair has given me instant gratification because I don't have to wait for it to grow out. It's already grown out. Yeah, it's loose and it's, you know, thinner at the ends, but it's okay because I don't think I could go through all the stages of being locked right now. So anyway, long story short, I didn't get the sister locks, but my friend hooked me up with somebody in her shop who could do the micro locks. And instead of paying $950, I was able to pay $200. I was quoted initially at $200. My friend hadn't seen me in a while, and so once she saw that my hair was, you know, a pretty good length, she was like, okay, we're gonna have to go up slightly. And so I ended up paying $325 versus $950. And I got it done within that week. The only downside to that is when I got it done, oh my God, I was like, oh boy, my scalp is showing. I'm not used to that. I'm used to big hair. I'm used to my loose hair like filling up my head to the point where I got like some volume going on. And I didn't have that when I first got it done. I was just like, oh God, I'm not going on a cruise like this. I'm not going to take them out, but I'm not going on a cruise like this. So I put on a wig, had an afro going on, and yeah, it worked out really, really well, because when I got back, I was so busy because of the hurricane here in Florida, and I went 3 weeks without taking my wig off. You know, and so by the time I took it off, it was like, oh, I have some new growth. Okay, yeah, so I can work with this. So yeah, it didn't look as bad, and so I just started playing in it and everything, and so I decided to keep it. So along that path, the last 4 months, I've been back and forth. Am I going to keep them? Am I going to take them apart? You know, and I've taken a few apart and actually split them up, because a few of them were bigger than I wanted them to be, and so I took out a couple of them and turned them into 2 braids or 2 twists. So I have a combination of braids and twists in here, but majority of what you see is braids. All right, so let me get to some of the reasons. Just wanted to give you the backstory on that. Reasons why I love my braid locks and why I'm doing this video to begin with is because I absolutely want to keep them, and I want to remind myself why I got them and why it's so important for me to keep them. Okay, so reason number 1, I already talked about how much cheaper it was than, say, Sister Locks and all the other trademarked techniques out there. These are just micro braid locks, and somebody literally just braided my hair individually. And hopefully y'all can guess how many I have. I hope y'all can see, but yeah, it's quite a few, but it's not nearly as many as you would think. So take a guess and let me know what you think, because that's one of the things I really didn't research how many I wanted. It just worked out that I got the number that I wanted. So reason number 1 is that it's much cheaper. I don't regret getting them. I should keep them because just that reason alone. All right, so reason number 2 is because I get the best of both worlds. If you notice here, when you look at my hair, I have some loose ends, right? They're colored. I already had this color in before I got the braids, but the braids, right? And then there's loose hair. So I get the best of both worlds in that I can loosen up as many of these braids as I want to get more volume at the ends, right? I can't necessarily take it all. If I take it all the way up, obviously I have loose hair again, but I love the fact that I can play in my hair and feel my loose hair at the same time. I've seen so many people on YouTube who miss their loose hair, and there's nothing wrong with that. I understand that. I love touching my natural hair here, but then I also like to play with my loose hair and actually feel it being loose. There's something about that, and it may just be me and other people who feel that, but it's a thing. It really is a thing. So I'm glad I have braid locks with loose ends, not just braided all the way, or not 2-strand twists that can easily come apart. These braid locks, I can wash them. I don't have to worry about them coming apart. I've seen videos where people had sister locks and they came apart. Maybe because I just don't understand what that process is for maintaining them. But this is carefree in terms of worrying about whether they're going to come apart. My hair is kinky, but it can be loose in certain areas, and so I'm glad I have the braid locks, even if it did happen by accident. So let's see. The next reason is because the takedown is actually possible. It kind of goes in with the last reason, which was, I get the best of both worlds, but I can actually take this out. Like, it's easy to take out. Now, there's a lot of them in here, and hopefully y'all can guess and tell me how many you think I have. But yeah, I could see myself, if I got desperate enough, to take them out over time, of course, because I've already started playing with taking them out, and they're really not that hard. Take a little conditioner or some water and oil, and it just takes patience. Watching TV or watching YouTube videos or whatever, and I've managed to take out quite a few, and then split them up into 2. All right, so love the fact that it's possible to take down, and I have the flexibility because braids take longer to lock. So if I did, how we are, how us women are, we go back and forth with our hair. I change hairstyles all the time, so but this is something I really want to hold on to. And so braids can be taken down. It takes longer to lock, and so you have a little time to play with. If you get your brain used to the idea of of locking your hair. Now I've already interlocked, of course, but that can be combed out as well. Okay, so back to my reasons. Smaller locks gives me so much flexibility. I knew for sure that I did not want bigger locks. I knew for sure that I wanted small locks, so that if I want to put my hair up and, you know, if I want to sweep it over to the side or whatever and just, you know, play with the styles or whatever, I can do that. I love the flexibility that small locks gives me. Granted, the only thing with the small locks is obviously, I don't know if you can see, I have some areas in here that are a little not as filled in, right? They're splotchy. But that's okay. I'm learning to connect them in ways that will cover up the little spots that I don't like. But my edges are basically there. You just could see, if I pull these apart, you could probably see where I have just a little thinness in there, right? That's okay. I'm getting over that as it grows in. I'm really getting over that. And I still love the fact that these are small and that they are just so versatile. I can curl them. I've played with the curling iron. Most of the times at night, I just take some water and oil combination. This is what I'll call this. This is, let's see, this is my rose water and olive oil that I use to spray it sometimes. I'll shake it up real good so that the water and the oil mixes together, right? And then I'll just spray it and twist my hair up, and it comes out nice and curly. Now, it's not as curly as it normally is right now. But by tomorrow, when I go to church, it will be coiled a lot more, and I'll have a lot fuller look. Okay. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, feel free to comment and subscribe for future updates.